The weeks slipped by almost peacefully here in the mountains. Our lives in the Hmong resistance camp had found their own rhythm, one dictated by the jungle itself. We learned to be ghosts during the day, coming alive only under the cover of night. This forest, it was our home now, but it was a home where every whisper of the wind could be a warning. Every flicker of firelight a beacon for death from the skies. One evening, the commander gathered us around the central fire, his face carved by shadows and lit by the orange glow of the flames was heavy with purpose. "Brothers," he said, his voice low but clear, "the Vietnamese are moving supplies down the main valley road. If we don't stop them, they'll bring more soldiers and our villages will pay the price. Tonight, we strike first." His eyes seemed to lock with each of ours in turn. We move in silence. We fight and we disappear. No one stays behind. The call for volunteers went out. The group that formed was small, just 15 of us. My brother, Roglis, and I were among them. We all knew the unspoken truth. Many who left on missions like this simply never came back. Yet there was no hesitation. Not this time. As true darkness enveloped the jungle, we set out. We moved down the narrow, treacherous trails, armed with our rifles and small packs of explosives. The mist was our ally, rolling in thick and white, swallowing the moon and muffling our steps. The only sounds were our own careful footfalls and the distant chorus of frogs. I walked directly behind my brother. His movements were fluid, silent. His eyes, even in the gloom, were sharp and alert. I saw the familiar silhouette of his flute hanging from a cord around his neck. It struck me then how, even in the heart of this war, he held on to that small piece of peace. He must have sensed me watching. He turned his head just slightly and whispered, "Nyaj KHWB, whatever happens, don't forget we're fighting for our people now, not for revenge." I just nodded, but deep in my heart, a coal of vengeance burned, a quiet, stubborn heat that refused to die. We reached the valley road near midnight. Peering down from the ridge, we saw it. The enemy convoy, a serpent of dimmed headlights crawling through the darkness. 5 trucks, their engines a low, menacing rumble. The commander raised his hand, and we all froze, becoming part of the shadows. He signaled to the demolition team. That was us, my brother and me, along with a few others. We crept down the steep slope, our hearts pounding in our chests. Our target was a narrow bridge the convoy had to cross. The mist was so dense now, I could barely see my own hands as we planted the small charges along its supports. Then the rumble grew louder. Headlights cut through the fog, closer, much closer. The first truck was on the bridge. The commander's voice crackled softly through the radio. Now my brother didn't hesitate. He pressed the detonator. The world exploded in a cataclysm of thunder and light. The bridge disintegrated, and the lead truck plunged into the ravine below with a scream of tortured metal. Instantly, the night erupted in gunfire. Fire, fire. The jungle, once silent, was now a hellscape of cracking rifles, flashing grenades, and shouted commands. I saw men fall, their forms swallowed by the darkness. The air grew thick with the acrid smell of smoke, blood, and burning oil. In the chaos, I lost sight of my brother. Panic seized me. I yelled his name, Roglis. "Where are you?" My voice was lost in the din. Then, through the smoke, I saw him. He was crawling, his body pressed low to the earth, moving toward one of the trucks that was still intact. He was carrying the last explosive charge. Bullets ripped through the air all around him, kicking up dirt and sparks. "Brother, stop! Come back!" I screamed, my voice raw with terror. But he didn't listen. He couldn't. He reached the truck, slid the charge underneath its belly, and then he turned back towards me. Just for a second, our eyes met across the battlefield. He shouted one word, "Run." The second explosion was even more powerful than the first. It ripped through the night, a blinding flash that threw me backwards. The ground shook violently. My ears rang with a piercing whine. My vision blurred into a swirl of fire and smoke. When I finally pushed myself up, my head swimming, all I could see was destruction. The convoy was annihilated. The mission was a success. But my brother was gone. At dawn, what was left of our small group gathered in the forest. We were ghosts again, silent, exhausted, haunted. The commander's voice, heavy with grief, finally broke the silence. We lost good men last night, but their sacrifice saved hundreds of our people. I couldn't speak. I just stood there, my hands trembling uncontrollably, the sound of that final explosion echoing in my soul. Later, when I found the strength to go back, I searched the wreckage, and I found it. Half burned, blackened by the fire, but still warm. My brother's flute, I clutched it to my chest, the char were pressing against my heart. The tears I've been holding back finally fell, hot and silent. You gave your life for peace, I whispered to the ashes. I'll carry your song with me, brother. No matter where I go, his melody was silenced, but his song would live on in me